what's your like most profitable item? What do you think? Like, is it? You don't have to disclose like what exactly it is, but is it like a toy, a grocery item? Is it household? Like what are some of the categories you like to shop, and like what do you find is the most profitable, and what margin is that?
I'm probably, I don't know, 95% toys, because that's like when I first started
I
doing
figured that.
Amazon. It was
Yeah,
all,
I figured
I
that.
just learned the toy market, because that was, what I knew was toys and video games. So I do a little bit of video games and a lot of toys. And that's just what I started with. That's what I got the knowledge in. And like scanning all those hundreds of thousands of items over the years, like helped me learn like the discontinued market. So like I like going to stores that are like small chains, maybe one off here and there toy stores that I can walk into a store and I know, oh, that's old. Oh, that's 5 years old. Oh, I remember that from Toys R Us 6 years ago. Is there still
Yeah.
an Amazon listing? Like, so I love walking into small chain stores that still carry really old toys.
Do you have an
Um,
Ollie's out there?
I do, my closest Ollie's is like 18 hours away.
Oh my god, I love Ollie's.
Dude, I know. I used to love when I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. When I first started getting into Amazon and stuff like that, I remember Ollie's was in my wheelhouse. I would go scan grocery items at Ollie's. I remember my first really really good flip on Amazon. Me and Resale Rabbit, John Dugan. I don't know if you remember him. We went to Ollie's together. We found this Kraft barbecue sauce. It was like I didn't know what the word discontinued was back then, but we bought these
Yeah.
barbecue sauces for like $1, and they were selling for like $20 each, which was maddening to me, like that someone would do that.
Yes.
And the thing is, I undersold it because there was nobody on the listing, and I didn't know how to know what it was worth or what it would sell for. So I just listed them for. I was like, let's try $20, and like I
Yep.
think we found like 30 of them each. They all sold in like an hour, like, and because I think we had merchant fulfilled them then, and I think obviously looking back now, we definitely undersold them because they all sold like that. Like one person bought them all, from me, and it was like so that's kind of like how I got into like it was like my things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say toys are definitely my most profitable. My say like my ROI and stuff is it really varies. Like it just depends on the situation. Like one, I'll look at it is how much work is involved in prepping this item. Do I have to remove store stickers? Is there a freaking Ollie's sticker on that?
Hmm.
Like some
Oh, it's
store
the
stickers are
worst. Yeah.
in the butt, where it's like
Hmm.
I'm making say there's a $5 item, but you make like $2 on it, but then you have to remove store stickers off 100 of them. I'm just kind of like, if I'm having a bad day and I'm not doing good on product, I'll grab it. But if I'm finding plenty of opportunity, then I would leave something like that. But like so I would spend $50 on an item to make $10 if I knew one. Okay, what type of toy is it? Is it like an electronical toy that someone may not know how to work and they're going to return it? And then, or is it like something I know has a very low risk of, scam, return, breaking, stuff like that? I'd spend $50 to make $10 on a toy. If it like I could flip it like that, sure thing, definitely. Or like $50 to make $10 on like a Lego or something, I would totally do that. Because I always like try to assess like, is it like, I don't know if you remember like 2 years ago, those like magic mixies, like things that came out. They were like
Yep.
those
I
like
remember
those
those.
big things. I had
Yep.
bought so many of those, and like they didn't do very well profitability wise.
Did you buy them last year when they were marked down to $35? Or you talking about when they
The year
first came out?
before when they first
What,
came out.
$60 and they were selling for like 140, right? Something like that.
Yeah, but I think Amazon kept coming in stock, and I was a mixture of like holding out, and everybody kept coming on it and like trying to
Yeah.
break even. So I
Dude,
held
there was
out.
428 sellers on that listing. I remember.
I ended up selling them all.
428.
It
Unbelievable.
was insane. I ended up selling them all probably for like around 90 or 100, but after fees, prep costs, shipping, all that. But the thing is, these items were highly returned because people didn't know how to like work them. Because I'm in a lot of toy
Right.
Facebook groups where like moms and kids and like, oh, I got this thing. I don't know, understand I guess the instructions were kind of confusing or something. So people would think they were broken when they weren't, and they would return them used. So like, you have to think about it when you're selling an item. What is the likelihood it's going to get returned? What is the likelihood someone's going to want to scam you? What type of brand it is? Because like even for certain brands, you got to be careful because like certain brands are more highly scammed than others. Like people will just
Totally.
buy it and like swap it out with something else. So like I always take
Totally.
that stuff into account when I'm going after ROI and all that, my margin and everything like that. So like my ROI, it could be 20%, it could be 80%. Sometimes it's over 100. Not often. Like it's not
Hmm.
for me at least. I'm not that good at Amazon anymore, or it's just harder marketplace. Like I remember back in the day, like I would go to Target and like I remember scanning like one day scanning these routers. They were on clearance for like I think like $150, and there were
Hmm.
$100 profit each. and I left them because they weren't 100% ROI. But like now it's like you left $150 item that you could have made $100 on.
Right,
like I was
right.
flat myself. But back then you're so used to making 200% ROI on your items. Like because I was new, and like that was just because so like I would leave things that anything that was under 100% ROI I would never buy back then, because I just didn't know any better. But now I would slap the crap out of myself if I could for not going after that stuff. So it's like now I'm fighting to hope to make 50% on a toy,